Welcome to our 20th episode. Hip hip hooray.
I know.
This is the 20th episode, girlfriend. We're going to be doing a new stinger at the front of our video that Michael will put on this week. It is going to be amazing.
Well, I'm so special.
You are special. You are special. I never thought I'd make it to 20.
I think that's great.
You know, we just keep on rolling. I'm like the Ever Ready Bunny. I wish I was the Ever Ready Bunny today, but we keep rolling.
We do what we gotta do.
Rolling and rolling, and we keep going.
Yeah.
And I am just so excited. It's our 20th
That's
episode.
awesome. That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Yes,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Dr. Marilyn Scott, and I am a naturopathic doctor. And I've been out of retirement for a little bit. I am definitely coming out of retirement next week, Lisa.
Yes, you are.
I won't be watching my grandchildren.
Oh, yes.
Tomorrow is going to be a bittersweet day.
Oh, yeah.
It's the last day.
Yeah. Wow.
It's okay.
It's
They'll
okay.
still be visiting you plenty, I'm sure.
That's right. There are a lot of us that want to, you know, help you with your show, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to be on the show. So it gives you more time to meet with people and get some wonderful people to come on the show now. So
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't believe I got emotional over that.
well, why not? They're your grandbabies. It's okay to get emotional.
Yes.
I get emotional on mine just looking at the pictures.
I know.
Yeah.
They've been such a huge part of your life, and
That's
now
right.
Well, they have.
That's right.
transitioning.
Yeah.
So it's
And
just
I'm
getting
giving
used
them
to.
wings, and my daughter's giving me wings.
You're getting wings to fly. That's right. And take off with this wonderful show.
You can
have.
take care of my little ones if you feel like you need some boy. Trust me.
Aw.
Do you have two boys?
I do. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh, those are a whole lot easier. My two that I watch are a 3-year-old, and he just turned 11 months yesterday.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
he is
Into everything.
on the move.
Look out.
We have to close the door.
Oh, yes.
It's, you know, to keep him from doing anything, to keep him safe.
Do you want a good
Keep
laugh?
him what?
I went over to my daughter's house. They invited us for dinner. And I got into the bathroom, and they're all waiting outside. I don't know this. And she's put the lock on the inside of the bathroom so that my granddaughter can't lock herself in. So they're all outside laughing. I'm going, how do I get out of here? It's priceless. Oh, she was waiting for that moment.
Oh my gosh,
She was
that's
giggling
hilarious.
like a little girl. She just thought that was hilarious that her mom was locked in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, that. You need one of those little sticks that goes in there. or
Yeah.
something.
Right. We used to put them on the top of the door jambs.
Yeah, we
And
did.
just pop the lock. And
We've got one over there, just in case
Yeah.
Jacob would decide to.
well, I
lock
think
the
she was
door.
worried that they might lose that, so she.
And
went,
then what are you going to
hey,
do?
what are you going to do if the child's in the bathroom and you can't get in? So yeah,
Get a toothpick.
get a toothpick.
Yeah.
I'm young.
I can't say we haven't had to do that once or twice in our house.
Have
so.
you?
Who hasn't?
Yeah, 2
Oh.
little boys, they just, everything needs to
Oh,
be tinkered
5
with.
and 2.
That's incredible.
God bless you.
Oh goodness! And then there was the time my mother was pregnant with me, and my dad had taken the handle off the pantry door for some reason on the inside. She sat on that floor pregnant with me for 3 hours. And she said it was great because my brother, the middle one, the other one was at school, was real good. She said, go get paper and some crayons, and I want you to sit right outside the door and color. She said, but when my dad came home, she says, you better run and take him with you.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
For 3 hours sitting on the floor pregnant with me.
Wow.
Isn't that wonderful, though?
Yes.
I mean, time has flown so fast.
Yeah.
Jacob is 3. Sammy is almost, he's going to be a year next month. My other grandson, Isaac, who I'm going to see next week, he's going to be, he's a year and a half.
Wow. My granddaughter's going to be 2.
Your granddaughter's
This
going to be
month
2.
in September.
Aw,
Yeah.
those are such sweet ages.
I know. But, boy, you
Challenging.
Challenging, and then she's got a baby brother who's due right before Christmas. So.
I mean, you have to, when the kids are young like that, you have to, it's physical. It's a lot of physical.
it's a
It's
lot of
keeping up
physical
with
work,
them, running after them, picking them up, and,
Yeah.
you know, moving, a lot of movement.
Yes.
When they get older, it's mental. Where are they? What's going on? Are they behaving
I
themselves?
can see what you're doing in that room.
I can see.
gosh.
Now, I am fortunate. My kids are all married now.
Yeah.
Hip, hip, hooray. And they're all adults. My youngest, and this is my youngest is going to be 34 next month.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel old when she turns. I don't feel old when the others have a birthday, but when she has a birthday, it's like, oh,
the baby.
God,
Yeah,
my baby.
My baby's 26 and my daughter's 29.
Yeah. So it bothers me. I don't let it bother me anymore, but it really used to bother me, and it probably will on her birthday for just a nanosecond.
They'll always be your babies.
They will.
I don't care how old they are.
They will.
Yeah.
They'll always, you know, when you have kids, and you viewers out there, you probably understand what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter how old they are, they're still your children.
That's right.
They're still your children.
Always will be.
And I am so glad that Lisa Hazel Grove is with me for the next 3 weeks. I'm so excited because Josie's doing a lot of things that she needs to get done. She's a GMA tonight. She has to go to a bunch of different schools. It's back to school night, or you know, and so that's what she's doing. And then she's got a couple other things she's doing the next 2 weeks. So Lisa has been kind enough, and man, she's bailed me out before, thank God. I just feel blessed that we are friends, and we're going to be working more together starting next week after
you get your wings.
If I get my wings,
that's
after I
right.
get my wings.
That's
after
right.
I get my wings.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. And we have a wonderful guest tonight, Malika Kareem, and I want to thank Akila Collins, who was on my show a couple weeks ago, for referring Malika to me, and it is so nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
And I'm just really excited that she's here. She has a company called Pure Yoga RVA, and last week I made the declaration, which my children were very, very happy about.
Good.
Because they want me to get this weight off, that I'm going to lose 40 pounds by December 31st.
Awesome.
Wow, you can do it.
Yes, she can. We talked about intention. We talked about the passion.
So I will have more time to devote to myself and to take exercise classes to devote to me.
Yes, exactly.
So, because I haven't had time to do that.
No, of course not. You know, you think about someone who's in their 30s or in their 20s having children, and you know, my daughter is 30 years younger than I am, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to run around after, you know, my granddaughter.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready for Medicare in January. Seriously,
You have way too much spunk.
I know, right? I know, that just doesn't...
Well, tell the people who keep sending me things to remind me on a weekly basis that I'm going to be 65 in January. Yes, I will be 65 in January. My kids would never let me lie about my age.
Yeah.
Do they bust your bubble?
Pardon me?
Do they bust your bubble when you try to maybe be mysterious?
They used to, yeah, but, you know... no, my mom is 30-something. So, but my kids say, well, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm 30-something.
That's all that matters, exactly right.
That's all that matters.
I feel like I'm 30-something.
It's their mindset.
And there are plenty of 30-somethings that feel like they're 65, that
probably.
feel like they're, you know, older in age. It all depends on what we give to our bodies.
Exactly.
You know, I was talking to somebody on the phone a couple days ago that about a business, and I don't remember where this lady lived out in Utah, and she was talking to me, and she said, how old are you?
Oh.
And I said, I'm 64. She says, you are? And I said, I am.
Yeah.
And she goes, you sound like you're 34. And I said, I feel like I'm 34.
Yeah.
But when you watch two little kids, if you're not feeling like you're 34, you won't be able to watch. That's why, and we all know this, that's why women have babies when they're young.
Exactly.
Because we can't, I have enough trouble keeping up with them at my age.
Yes.
And you know, I hate to be such a nerd, but there's a lot of studies coming out about bringing young children around elderly people, around older people to help keep that youth.
Yes. Yeah.
There's some type of exchange of energy between the little people and the older people.
They've done a study that says grandmas who take care of their grandchildren don't suffer from dementia and Alzheimer's.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jacob and I have been doing a lot of puzzles.
Ah.
And one day he says, I want to do that puzzle up there with all the fish on it.
Oh.
It was a 100-piece puzzle.
No.
And I hadn't done puzzles for a long time. I'd seen him do 24-piece puzzles with Ninja Turtles and Paw Patrol, and he does them real easy. I said, Jacob, this is a 100-piece puzzle.
Do you understand what you're getting us into?
And he's 2, you know, he's not quite 3 yet. And I said, Jacob, this is a 100-piece puzzle. And he goes, I don't care, Grandma, I want to do it.
Oh my goodness.
And we did it, and we got it done like in an hour and a half.
That's incredible.
And now he's doing 100-piece puzzles. He's doing 60-piece puzzles. He's doing these puzzles by himself now. And I have learned a lot from watching him, because I was always taught to do the outside. Well, he does the part where it's the most pictorial first.
Wow.
And then
That's incredible.
and it's been a real learning experience for me, but it's also been a way to stay calm, cool, calm, and collected, because he is really into the puzzle. And you know, at his age, he'll stay with it until it's done.
That's awesome.
That's really phenomenal
That is
for his
good.
age. And I think you're probably teaching him how to be a little more grounded, how to be a little more still.
I'm
so it's
trying.
like a perfect blend.
Yes.
man.
Probably is. I mean, the way he does these puzzles, I've learned a lot, because I hadn't done jigsaw puzzles for a long time. You know, probably since I was a kid. And the puzzles that he was doing, the 100-piece puzzles, that was for ages 6 and up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And he was doing them.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, and the Thomas the Train ones we have that are 60 pieces were for ages 4 and up, and he's 3. He just turned 3 a couple weeks ago.
That's
So-
awesome.
That is very good.
A great attention span.
Yeah,
That
and
is-
he would
I know,
stay
right?
with it.
That's good.
You know, I wanted to walk away because I got frustrated. No, Grandma, we're going to stay with it. So, you know, and helping with focusing and staying balanced like that
Yes.
is so important.
It is important.
It's really everything.
It
It's
is.
everything.
Yeah.
Because if you're focused, you have everything that you need.
Yeah.
And it helps you when you're successful, because when you're successful, you're out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
But if you stay focused, the comfort zone isn't. Being out of the comfort zone isn't so scary.
Yeah.
Well, that's my opinion. You know, I have found holistically that really helps me.
Yeah.
Because when I started this show, oh my goodness, you know, it was pretty overwhelming. And I remember I went to a networking group, and I said what I was doing, and I was doing this show live, and Andy Fulgham said, "That's scary.
Yeah, it is.
That's really scary."
It is scary.
Is it?
And I said, "No, it's not scary. It's not."
I think it's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think you're doing a phenomenal job,
Well,
and
thank you.
I can't wait to see episode 200.
Well, that's going to come
Yes.
in the future. But I wanted to talk a little bit about yoga, because I saw some of your poses, which they're on my bucket list. They're on my bucket list. I can't do them now.
No, you don't need to.
But some of them are awesome.
They are awesome, and when you get into them, you feel awesome. It's just this sense of freedom, you know? You feel like you look at these poses and you say, you know, she's a little twisted or bound here, but it's a sense of freedom to feel what your body can really do for you. You
Right.
know? The way that I love to teach yoga, people like to advertise the advanced poses quite a bit because it draws attention, and it's just like, oh, that's cool. But you know, rarely do you see those poses in my classes, because that's not really where most people are. And it's important for yoga to meet you where you are for it to be effective. I think where some instructors go wrong is that they try to teach to I don't want to call it gimmick yoga, but the commercial yoga, what you see, they try to teach people how to do the things that they think are cool and they want to get excited about.
But your body doesn't move that way.
That's not
And
what
at
our
my
bodies
age,
are prepared to accept.
My body doesn't move that way.
No, it's not. So very rarely, you know, do we really even need to go to those poses? Because I'm an instructor and, you know, I have a certain level of flexibility and strength. My body craves that extra piece of challenge. So then that's where you start to explore the more advanced poses. For most of us, it's nice to look at as a forethought to give us guidance toward a goal. But most of us can get the healing and the comfort we need in much more simplistic poses.
Now, I took a couple yoga classes in July when I had time, because I was still watching the boys. And there were some poses in one of the classes that they were on my bucket list. But she said, if you can't do these, just do modified, or if you get tired, go into child's pose.
Yes.
Now, do you tell your clients to go into child pose if they get tired or they can't quite do it or they're achy or something?
I do provide that option. I'd like for people to, because I already teach from a conscious point of, you know, not giving people too much, I do like for people to taste it, to try it, and then if you feel like that's not what your body wants for today, go into a modification or go into your child's pose. But for some of us, we need that extra push.
Yes.
You know, if I offer child's pose right away, you might have too many child's poses and not quite giving your body that chance.
Well, I've been trying to push myself on a plank because when I heard that Cher can hold a plank for 10 minutes and she's 71, I thought, okay, this is definitely on my bucket list. So Cher, I'm trying to hold a plank, and I mean, I can barely get to 30 seconds, and I'll go right into child's pose because it's hard for me.
You need to work on your core.
Well, I need to work on my legs because when I first started doing this about 6 months ago, I had stopped doing it for a while. I'd gotten very weak and shaky, and my legs were just shaking every time I would try and do it. I mean, I've been able to do a pigeon pose, which is incredible that I actually can do that now. It's a little modified. My legs are not exactly extended out like they should be, but you can feel that pull and that you know, that muscle that, you know, I haven't used in quite a while, starting to really.
Pigeon's always good for everyone.
Pigeon is awesome, and it really.
I don't know what that one looks like.
Well, maybe we can show it.
Oh, she might be able to show you. Yeah, that would be awesome.
So we're going to show that in a second.
Okay.
But I want to finish listening to what you were saying about your plank. I'm really interested in that.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know, I started with, you know, at least holding it for 10 counts. And then I, you know, added the 12. Then I added, because I try to do several poses. I just go by I do my own thing at home. And I go by the mat, and the mat shows me how to do the poses.
Nice.
So I'm holding the plank for 10, then I got to 12, then I got to 15, then I got to 20, then I got to 25. And, you know, I'm almost at, you know, like almost at 30 now, 30 count, and I feel my body just starting to go. And I was like, wait. But that's when I just kind of go right into child's pose, and it is really helping me to get stronger. And like you said, my core is definitely needing a lot of work, but I'm noticing my legs needed a lot more.
And my legs are really, really strong.
Really? Okay.
Really strong. I've always had strong legs. Long time ago when the kids were little, in my old world, we lived in a house where the backyard went down. And we had a hill that everybody sleigh rided on.
Of course.
So I would walk up that hill. Well, it's like walking up a cliff. And
straight up, right?
It was very, very... It was very, very much at an angle.
Okay.
And that's how I got
tough.
strong, and it was tough.
Yeah.
And my bucket list in those days when I was in my late 20s, early 30s is I'm conquering this hill. Well, we lived there for 14 years.
Oh my goodness.
So I had a lot of years to walk up that hill and conquer that hill. And we would do it when the kids would sleigh ride because everybody would come down and because we had the hill to go sleigh riding on.
The hill.
And I mean, my kids, I'm sure they remember it and putting the bumps down where they would go up and go down on this. And we had a lot of fun, but that's why my legs are so strong. Well, because I can do hills like that.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
When I used to snow ski, I mean, I did have at one point some really strong legs. I used to water ski, I used to slalom. At one point had very strong legs, but then, you know, as we get older, unfortunately, I don't have the access to a boat and, you know, place to go skiing anymore, or the mountains. We used to go with the children a lot, so I'm hoping maybe to revive that and go back. At one point I couldn't because my osteopenia was so bad that they said if you break a bone, it's going to take you're done. You're going to be sitting in a chair probably for 5 years. So that's why I kind of backed off of that for a while. So that's, you know, obviously when the muscles started to atrophy a little bit and I wasn't quite as strong as I used to be. But it's so neat to see yourself getting stronger.
Yeah, and don't forget about muscle memory.
Yeah,
I mean,
muscle memory.
Yes, you were saying that the other day. I remember that.
I am a firm believer in muscle memory because a little over 3 months ago, and I've talked about this on my show before, so if it sounds redundant, I'm sorry, but I am so proud of myself.
I think it's great.
I fell, and I sprained my left ankle and fell on my right shoulder and tore my rotator cuff, which was evidently already frayed, and my tricep. And of course they wanted to do surgery. It's like, no. I called Lisa up the day after I fell. She came over to my house. She put all this magnetic stuff on me. I started drinking bone broth. I started taking other supplements. I was taking a supplement with amino acids, collagen, and vitamin C that I take every day. And
yeah, look at that. I
That's
know, right?
amazing.
And
awesome.
when I fell on that Sunday, I still did my show on Thursday. I was wrapped up.
She's a trooper.
You're dedicated. I love that.
Very dedicated. Very dedicated.
I couldn't move my arm. I didn't watch the kids that week, but I can do this now, and now I'm ready to go back to exercising because I had to put everything on hold.
Exactly.
My addiction is knitting. I love to knit. I used to have a yarn store years ago. I love to knit, but I haven't knitted for 3 months.
Oh wow, because of your shoulder.
Because of my shoulder, because I was so motivated to fix this, so I would not have to go into the allopathic route because I wasn't doing that. I was going to do everything short of doing that. It wasn't
and you did
happen.
it.
And I did it.
You did it.
That determination, that intention.
Right.
Is,
and I also did the yoga in July, and I could do a plank for a few seconds. And we did the vinyasa yoga, and it's like, wow, I can really hold myself up.
Isn't that awesome?
And isn't that like a sense of freedom, like in your body?
Right.
I love that.
Right. And it surprised me because they said, okay, we're going to do this. And it's like, and I didn't even think about it. I just did it.
You just did it.
And then I thought afterwards, I can do this.
Yeah, I know.
I really can do this.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to put a little fire under my ladies and during my class, because you do impress yourself. And your expectations for what you can do and what your body can really do, there's often a little gap there.
Yeah.
You know, if we just trust ourselves and try it, you'll be so surprised what you're really able to do.
There's one, and I don't know what it's called, but where you lay on your stomach, and it's the old things you used to do when you were a child, and you put your legs behind you and you pull them up.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I first tried to do that 6 months ago, I couldn't even get that far off the ground. But now, when there's that little bit of, anticipation, can I do this? And I get down and I really surprise myself, and I'm like pulling my legs up going, look at you. You couldn't do this 6 months ago. No. Or you kind of did it, My legs were shaking the whole time I was trying to do it. And also trying to hold the... where you're sitting like this with your legs.
Like a butterfly pose with the feet together?
With the feet together, and I've been trying to hold that for at least 30 counts now, and noticing my legs are just starting to sink down now. I know, so they're not up anymore like they used to be. So
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. That's what I love about yoga. Breathing is so important.
Oh my goodness.
When you're doing anything.
Yep.
Yoga, driving your car, taking care of your kids, doing the dishes.
Yeah.
You have to breathe properly and not up in your lungs. You have to breathe through your diaphragm. My sisters, I have 2 sisters, and my mother all had their gallbladders out. And I have a degree in vocal performance.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you had that. Look at you.
Well, that's what got me into college, my voice.
Okay.
I can sing like a bird. But anyhow, having said that,
I didn't know that. Things you learn on Marilyn's show.
Having said that, everybody has said, Marilyn, you're going to have your gallbladder out. It's hereditary. Your sisters and your mom had their gallbladder out, and I did not take that on. One day I was doing some research because it just befuddled me why I don't have this problem. Well, I found out that when people sing, as I know, they massage all their organs because you are breathing from your diaphragm.
I did not.
And by massaging my organs, by breathing properly, I was massaging my gallbladder, and that's how I'm keeping it healthy.
That's amazing.
Now, I have 1 stone in there, but at my age, I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
I really watch what I eat a lot more. There's certain things I cannot eat, like I can't eat raw broccoli. I can't eat raw cruciferous vegetables. I can eat them steamed, but I can't eat them
Well, the raw,
yeah.
you have to be careful with going on a
have to
raw
be
diet.
careful.
If your body's not used to it, you are going to detox, and it's not
and it's
pretty.
not pleasant.
It's not pretty. And I've kept my gallbladder, and I was writhing on the floor in pain, and I was praying a lot, and I said, if I have to have it out, I have to have it out. But then I talked to a friend of ours who's a naturopath, and she said, Lisa, you can still have the same symptoms that you do now, and you can also regrow a pouch. And I thought, really?
Oh, wow.
So then my determination, my intention was to keep my gallbladder.
Oh, yeah.
For 2 years, I had the magnet strapped right on top of my gallbladder. And I'll never forget the last time I felt a stone move. And it was for 3 hours I was in pain and just crying, and it finally moved, and after that I've not had any trouble since then.
Well, I haven't had any problem, but years ago I had issues.
So how are you managing to avoid pain? Are you just changing your
She watches
diet?
what she eats.
I watch
and she
what
wears
I
magnets all the
eat.
time.
I do wear magnets all the time. I'm definitely magnetized. But I also I did a liver detox.
Okay.
I actually did the tinctures that you can do with that, and I actually saw stones in my stool.
There is
Wow.
a good liver. There is a good liver / gallbladder detox that I've used with clients before,
Nice.
and it's very, very helpful.
You can go to
It's no fun.
Curezone.com. You can look up all kinds of
Curezone.com, friends. Curezone.com. You can look up a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a good one to
Definitely
look
going to
up.
check some out.
Yeah, but there is I have a good gallbladder flush that I have used before myself. But when you do a flush like that, friends, make sure that you're going to stay home for the weekend.
Yes, it's like having the flu.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
But you'll feel better afterwards,
you
and
will.
you'll feel lighter.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing.
And
you know.
you'll see the stones that you pass.
Right.
It's absolutely incredible. Of course, mine were not fresh. Sorry, a little TMI. But mine were actually white stones that I saw. I mean, so they had actually been there.
They'd been calcified.
You could tell they'd been calcified. They'd been there for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, we do have things in our body that have been there for years,
Yep.
and you've got to learn to start detoxing.
Yep.
Now that it's the new season, we're
It's a great
approaching
time to
fall.
cleanse, yeah.
We are approaching, the kids are going back to school. They already have Halloween stuff out.
I
can't
know,
believe
right?
That is amazing.
They just
Absolutely.
rush everything.
I know.
now.
They do,
Rush.
Yeah.
I said to my husband, I said, pumpkins already?
Well, and
They've been out for a couple
somebody
of
was
weeks.
doing a countdown on Facebook for Christmas. I said, please,
Yeah, don't do that.
please don't do that.
They push it enough. You know, they have Christmas in July. They
We've
push it
really
enough.
gotten away from the whole thing about what Christmas is all about.
I mean, when I was a kid, you didn't see anything until the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
You know, you just didn't. But
Yeah.
now it's everything.
it's a little.
So
definitely commercialized.
right, too commercialized.
Yeah.
Speaking of commercials,
Yes.
we have a couple sponsors. Lisa, what do you want to talk about? Lisa's one of our sponsors, and I appreciate her. I just can't stress enough how much Lisa has been a very, very integral part of my life.
Thank you.
We're doing a HEAL
Yes.
meeting on September 12th down at Residence.
Please.
I am the host.
Yes, you are.
So come down and we're going to have a good time. It's at 6:30, right?
6 o'clock. I changed it to 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock?
6 to 8.
6 to 8.
And HEAL stands for Holistic Educators Affecting Lives.
Right. So we are
I love
holistic
that.
educators affecting
love to have you
lives.
come.
We'd love for you to come.
We'd love for you to come.
So if any, and you don't have to
And
be
it's free.
holistic. It's
You don't.
free.
It's free.
You don't have. If you want to know more about
This is to
the
educate.
holistic world that we
Yeah.
live in, come.
Yeah, it's to educate the community.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
all about, people don't know what their options are, just like I didn't know my options 14 years ago. And,
Right.
prayed a lot about it and finally found magnets, thank goodness, because that actually started me on my road to recovery. But what I want to talk about is being mindful with our balance and in our environments, not just our body per se, but the environment, what we live in. You know, our water, Nikan has wonderful water filters that I
Yeah,
talk
these
about.
are awesome.
Yeah, it's not just, you know,
You can put plain water in it, but the magnets in there filter it to better stuff.
yeah, it's got a nice big filter in it, and it'll put alkalinity in it and your ionization to help with free radical damage.
I love that. Where do we find these bottles?
And you can find it on my website. It's www.nikan.com/Lisa Healthy. But you know, looking at our environments, looking at the water, looking at our sleep. I talk about sleep. I teach sleep at University of Richmond. And it's so important that we understand that, you know, all of this feeds into our self-care, our self-healing. And it's only because of this that I've been able to, you know, get myself on the path to healing and get off. I was on 10 prescribed pills a day 14 years ago. So that's what I try to do, is educate people on their environments. Use the emotion code technique to help us get rid of those emotions.
Yeah,
keep
that
coming
emotion
back.
code, she's done that with me before. That is awesome.
Yeah,
It really opens up a lot of blocks. If you don't think you have baggage, we all have baggage.
we do.
And it's
We all
hidden.
do.
It's
It
hidden
is.
in our memory, in our psyche, and sometimes things come up. I'll be driving down the road. It's like, where did this come from? This happened 30 years
30 years ago. Why is this coming back now, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I just put it in a jet and send it off. But a lot of times I think about Lisa and just doing it this way and it goes away.
Yeah. Just
So-
that intention of
Right.
releasing it and taking it out of the body. And then, of course, you know, helping people with nutrition and water and sleep. So all of this helps us create that healthy home.
Right, and the balance. And I wanted to show you an exercise. That's the word I was thinking of. An exercise on balance, because that's what we were talking about. Now, I want everybody to try this. We're all gonna. You guys don't have to try it. Michael and Zen. You just can sit there.
You're like, huh?
Yeah, they're going, huh?
What?
But I want you all. You sit straight up, and you put one hand in front and one hand in back. And Zen's gonna do it anyhow. He cracks me up. And just feel the energy. Michael's gonna do it too. We're all doing it at Healthy Living with Marilyn.
Yes, that's why we're here.
Can you feel the difference?
I
Can you
feel that
the
energy. I
I
really
do.
do. Yes.
Okay, and then hug yourself. Hug yourself. I love this part. Say, I love you.
I love you.
I love me.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
me.
Right. I love me. This is wonderful. Isn't this great?
It
Don't
is.
you
Wow.
feel good?
I feel that energy. Wow. Yeah.
And then put your hands on your thighs and just think about balancing yourself. It's not balancing, it's just total balance. It's total balance. And then bring your hands up like this, because what you're doing is, as Malika said earlier, you are balancing the entire inside of your body. Right, Malika?
Yeah, you're connecting with the center
Connecting
mass,
with your inner self.
grounding down.
Right. And we all need to be grounded.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And then to give out the energy, you bring your hands out like this.
So you know what you just did with us?
What?
You did a little short self-Reiki treatment.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
And that's exactly
Yeah.
what a self-Reiki treatment can do for us. Can just bring us to a nice grounded place.
You can do this when you're sitting in the car
You can.
instead of looking at your phone. You know, when you're at a stoplight, or if you're in a parking lot.
Immediately feel light.
Yes,
And
I know, right?
you
That
do. You
lightness.
feel like
It
you're
does. It
springing
totally-
from a bottom, from
Yeah.
a base.
Right.
You're connected with foundation. You're
Right.
just
So if
Springing
you
from
feel
there.
like you can't get focused,
Yeah.
do this exercise, because it will help. I guarantee you, it will help you get focused.
Well, it's mindfulness, right?
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Mindfulness.
It's mind, body, spirit.
Right. Right. And healthy living for mind, body, and spirit. That's what my goal is with Healthy Living with Marilyn. It's so important for us to enjoy a healthy life. I love waking up in the morning and I'm not in pain.
Oh, I love that.
And that doesn't happen to everybody all the time.
And
no,
for-
no, no.
and when
And
you-
I don't think they believe it can happen.
Well,
I know.
think
I didn't.
that people
14
often
years
don't
ago,
believe.
you know what I used to say? No one can help me. That's what I used to say 14 years ago. No one can help me. And I thought, I'm going to have to live with this pain 24/7 in my back. And, you know, I'd be washing the dishes. All I had to do is lean over just a little bit. I'm in the floor. My husband comes in. What are you doing? I said, what do you think I'm doing? You know, all I had to do was bend my back just that much, and I'm in the floor. I'm out because that pain just grabbed me. It was so.
It does.
It was just incredibly.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I see that with clients all the time. We have to work on just them trusting that their body can heal,
Exactly.
that it can improve.
and believe it. Have that
yeah,
intention.
and believe that it can actually happen.
Have that intention that I will heal, and that's where I was 14 years ago. I said, I will heal myself. I will also heal my family that needs it. And then, you know, and then it was like, okay, now what are you going to do? I was like, well, I'm going to help other people, right?
Right.
Expanding.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why we do what we do. That's why we live in the holistic world. And we would love for you to come to the HEAL
Yes, would love for you to-
meeting at 6 o'clock on September 12th. It's going to be a good meeting. And if you're not, it's okay.
It's okay.
If you want to know more about what we do,
Please come.
and because we live in a different world.
Tell them again where it's at.
It's at Residence at Sycamore Square
Float
on
and
the
Sound.
south side at Residence Float and Sound.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So what else do you do besides yoga and Reiki? And you You do wellness. You're a wellness coach?
I'm a wellness coach.
That's right.
I lead, we just completed
You
a
just
women's
did a
retreat
women's
last
retreat.
weekend.
Oh, wow.
It was
Yes, this
phenomenal.
past weekend. And I
This
wanted to go,
past
but she let me
weekend.
know too late. Yeah.
Yes, we connected
next time.
We
just
connect-
when
right.
Akila. Yeah, so we had connected the week of the retreat. It was this past Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is our second one. I head an organization, Events for Women, and the goal of that organization is just to bring more holistic events to the Richmond DMV area. So really anything that can have a holistic undertone. Focused on women, because our belief is that when you teach women, you offer information and knowledge to women, it expands to families.
Yes.
And
Right.
then it
Exactly.
can grow to society.
Yes.
So we're just going to hone in our specialty to women and let the women carry it into the community from there. So the way that we wanted to start our kind of grassroots program is the retreat. This is our second annual one, and it's called Heal, Grow, Love, Repeat.
Oh, wow.
And it's all about teaching women that they can heal, giving them the tools to do that mental growth, to find mental clarity, to experiment with just what holistic living feels like. For a lot of women,
They don't know it.
you know, they don't know it. They don't know what that self-reflection feels like. They don't know how to use how important positive affirmation can really affect their lives and affect their immediate mood, like instantly. So I think it's just, for me, it's my passion is to connect with newbies, with people who are like completely outside of the holistic world, bring them into it and watch those smiles just, you know, light up when they just feel the first time
They
do it.
radiate.
Yeah, they do their
radiate.
first positive affirmation. It's in words that they can understand in English, and they see and they feel that immediate connection, that immediate warmth, whatever it is they're trying to send a vibration in their life for.
Yeah.
And we just have a weekend that transforms us. And the idea is heal, grow, love, and then repeat. Keep carrying this on until next year when we see you again.
Yeah.
So that's our weekend. We have health coaches, life coaches, holistic nutritionists, communication workshops. We have sister circles where we just kind of have a topic and we can really just explore it. We just connect with nature. It's always a big, important part of the retreat.
I agree. Nature is...
It's so healing. You
gotta
can't
go
talk
out.
about healing without nature.
No, and if you have time during your weekend, we had a long weekend coming up. If you have time, go out and just go smell the roses. Just go look at the flowers. Go for
Feel
a
the
walk.
texture of the grass.
Right,
you
get
know.
grounded. Take your shoes off and go put your toes in the grass. Go to the beach if you get a chance. Get your feet in the sand. Get yourself grounded.
Yeah.
Believe me that when I say that you guys are amazing, you all really are amazing. You do amazing things. You might not think that you're amazing, but every day if you've looked at my Facebook page, every morning I put out...
It does have such positive
You are amazing.
I put out all these, and I think about them, and what those are my words, what I put out there, and at the end, it's be amazing, because I want everybody to be amazing. Everybody. In fact, Judy and I are doing a retreat next in October
right?
on the 13th, 14th, and 15th called Creating the Amazing You. Our retreat is for men and women. So we're not gender specific. It's going to be at the Hyatt Place up at Short Pump the night of the 13th of October, the 14th all day, and the 15th. You can go to our website, www.creatingtheamazingyou, and check it out. And if you want to get more information, you want to sign up, send a check. It's $50 just to save your seat.
Okay.
And you can just call me on the phone, 804-350-0034. Or you can email me. My email's on there. It's toppriorityllc@gmail.com. My umbrella company is called Top Priority LLC because I want everybody's life and health to be their top priority.
It's wonderful.
Because you have to have yourself be your top priority. Because there's not anybody that's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, Marilyn, I see you're not doing good. Let me help you. That doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
You have to take responsibility for your own life. If you want to lose weight, like I want to lose weight, you got to watch what you eat. You got to exercise. You have to drink water. You have to stay hydrated. I can't stress that
And you
enough.
need to sleep.
No way.
And you need to sleep. Lisa is a professor, an adjunct professor at the U of R, University of Richmond. She is so big into sleep.
Yes.
And I'm big into sleep because I need my sleep. I can't run on 6 hours of sleep a night.
No one.
I need 7 to 8 hours.
I got to say no one can, but there is
You said there's a 3%.
There's 3% of the population that can do well in 6 hours, and they are an anomaly. Very few people can do well in 6 hours of sleep.
I can't. I can do well maybe one day on 6 hours of
Well,
sleep.
if you have to, that's right.
If I have to.
If you have to, we are resilient.
But if I don't have to, I'm not doing it.
I don't blame you. Why do it?
Why do it?
And if you are going to get up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning and exercise, please make sure you're going to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. You have to get that sleep.
You have to get that sleep.
It's, you know, Jacob said to me last week, he says, Grandma, I'm too old to take a nap. I looked at him and I said, Grandma's too old not to take a nap.
That's right. We'll take one together.
That didn't work that day.
That didn't work that
So, but that's what he said that day. And I said, you take a nap to rejuvenate yourself. My mother will say, I didn't do anything today. I slept all day. It's like, well, that's good, Mom.
Yeah.
She says, well, I didn't do anything. That's fine because you're rejuvenating your body. You're giving your body the energy that it needs. You're healing. For whatever's going on in your body, you're healing yourself.
Yes.
And that is so important.
The period that you can prolong your healing is really astronomical without the proper sleep.
Right.
So we should really consider that, especially if we're healing from a surgery or an injury. I work with a lot of knee care clients, and it's like on their treatment care plan, and they're like, why are you talking about sleep on yoga? It's like, because the work that we do together can be completely ineffective if you're not sleeping.
That's right.
If you're not, you know, if you're eating a lot of inflammatory foods. So there's just certain things while we're going through, you know, our knee care process and our sessions together that are really relevant. And I think people are still connecting the dots to that holistic thing, and they're taken aback by a practitioner that's actually doing something holistic. Like,
I know.
I teach yoga, yes, but if we're going to be effective, we need to approach it in a holistic way. And people are just like, really? You know, that makes sense. You know, you just see them connecting the dots, and you're like, and then you get great results. And then, you know, you tell friends, and, you know, I hope that just this holistic lifestyle continues to spread.
It's like a big circle around you.
Yeah.
You just can't eat well and expect to be healthy. It's this circle. You have to be hydrated. You have to make sure that you're getting your me time. And if you're having problems getting your me time, make a date with yourself and put it on the calendar. It's so much easier to do it that way. I do that all the time. This is my time.
For me.
For me. This is me time. Make it me time on your calendar so you know when that comes up, that's when you're going to have your time. When I exercise, I put that on my calendar because if I've paid for the exercise, I sure as heck don't want to miss it.
Yoga's on my calendar. Sleep is on my calendar. Breaks are on my calendar. I have breaks on there.
And we have to take it seriously. Because I think sometimes, I mean, I can speak for myself, sometimes I will schedule something and, you know, a client will call or someone needs something and I'll
have to be flexible.
So quickly and so willing to give up that spot. You know, it's almost like it's not even there. Okay, well, you know, the appointment with myself is not that important.
I used to do that, you know, when somebody would call, do you have a couple minutes? Yeah, I got a couple minutes. Now, I let it go to voicemail. And if I'm going to a meeting at night and I'm too tired and I don't want to get all foo-fooed up like I am right now, I don't go. I used to go. I used to push myself and push myself. I don't do that anymore. I'm getting too old for that. You know, and it's not that you guys are old. I'm not old either. I mean, age-wise, I'm up there, but I don't feel old. My body does. My body has not gotten the message that I'm 64 years old.
You're too wise for that, is what you mean.
You know, I tell people I feel better now than I did in my 20s.
I do too.
Yeah, because
I didn't take care of myself, but I was thin back then. I lost over 75 pounds because I gained a lot of weight being on the pills, not sleeping, not eating right, not sleeping right. Not sleeping can actually make you gain weight.
Right.
But yeah.
Because it's stress.
Because it's
and
stress.
Where you gain weight? Right here. When your cortisol level gets up. Because if you're under stress, your cortisol level it rises.
Yes,
and that's
it does.
when you that's when you
that's
gain
another
weight.
thing that I love about yoga is because there's that balance between that intensity of the workout, but then there's always the self-care, the love, the rest at the end. And with other intense trainings, it's just all focused on the the stimulating work, and there's not a lot of letdown. So it can be a stressor for a lot of people. And they'll find, you'll do yoga for 3 weeks and you'll notice my belly is really coming down. When I've done other workouts that didn't happen. Well, maybe because you're taking that nice savasana, that relaxation at the end that's providing you something you've never had before, a tool to bring those cortisone levels down and help combat that belly fat.
Do for you. It is so important to do for you. That's why I talk about this all the time on my show, and I know I sound redundant, but for people who haven't watched my show, you have to do for you.
You do.
It's so important. Take a class. I mean, you gotta take stock in what is important for you. We all have jobs. We all have people that we have to communicate with. We have families that we have to take care of. Malika has 2 young children, 5 and 2, and they're boys, so she's probably running around quite a bit chasing after these kids.
Sure you are.
I mean, I have a 35-year-old son, and sometimes having him is like having 25 kids. So, I mean, he was
And
very,
don't forget
very
about my
active.
husband. I have to chase him
you have to
too.
take care of him too.
That is our job.
That's our job. That's our job.
It's a whole lot of chasing.
Yes, it is.
So, but you have to spend time for yourself. Take time to meditate. It's really important to meditate. At my retreat, we're going to have meditation activities that we're going to have there.
Are we going to do a little meditation today? Do we have time?
Yeah, of course we have time. We have a little bit of time.
Good.
So
A
do you
short
want
3 minutes? No, I mean, if you would like for me to lead, sure.
Yeah, you're my guest, so...
On our 20th show.
On my 20th show. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of meditation. That would be great. Go ahead. You're on.
Okay. Well, this is one of my favorite things to do.
Okay.
So the first thing that we always need to do is just find a comfortable seat. Adjust yourself so that you feel comfortable. I'd like to have a little support on my back, so I'm going to go ahead and take that.
There you go.
So I have the nice little comfy pillow, but then you also want to be supporting yourself. So take a minute to move the flesh from sitting bones. You actually move it so that you can ground down through those sitting bones, and you feel a little bit more balanced in your seat. So from there, we're able to just feel our posture rising up, focusing on that crown, the very top of our head, just kind of lifting skyward, raising toward the sky. And feel that line from the base of the body through the spine, reaching up toward the crown, and everything else is allowed to hang down. The shoulders can relax away from the ears. The weight of our arms can get heavy at our sides. Maybe we'd like to place our hands in our lap. And it's also nice to turn the palms upward. So if we're looking for just meditation that would create openness, it's nice to have the hands up. If you're looking for something that's going to ground you and maybe you're feeling a bit anxious or stressed, turning the palms down would be a good option. So you do what feels good for you. So find your placement of your hands. Again, relaxing the arms at our sides. And for me, everything begins with that breath. That is where our connection begins. So let's just focus on our belly. Push the belly forward as you inhale. Really feel the belly pushing on the waistband. As you exhale, breathe through your mouth. Just cleanse some of that old stagnant energy. So big breath in through nose. Exhale through the mouth. Maybe once or twice more like that. Deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Now begin to allow your breath to be more easy and steady. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. It's nice to close the eyes, or maybe we'd like to focus the eyes on a certain place. And as the eyes close, allow a piece of the mind to kind of quiet down as well. As thoughts come to the mind, gently brush them away. And allow your focus to be on that easy, gentle breath in and out of the nose. Every inhale, feel yourself rising more skyward. Every exhale, feel a more easiness through the body. As your mind makes that connection with the breath, let's come into our quiet meditation for another minute or two. Nice deep breath in through nose. Breathe out through mouth. Good. Slowly open the eyes. Maybe wiggles with your fingers and toes. Bring energy back to body. Good. It's nice to just release some of the tension that may have built in the neck. Chin to the chest. Allow the head to just rock freely side to side. And it's nice to come out of our intention, out of our meditation with an intention. So as you raise your head, maybe you'd like to bring your hands to heart center, just to get grounded and centered. And set a brief, easy meditation of how you'd like to walk about from this point forward. I embrace peace. I embrace success. I embrace productivity, whatever we need in this moment. And with that, nice inhale through nose, release through mouth. Thank you.
Very nice. That's beautiful.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
But don't you feel grounded, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I actually feel a little more awake. I was getting a little
I know,
right? Tonight, which is nice. Sometimes people think meditation makes you sleepy, but it can
No,
revive
a lot of times it'll revive you.
It does, yeah.
Yes.
It'll revive you. I do a meditation in the mornings and I do one at night. And I've been taking a meditation class online. It has been very helpful.
There's actually
Because I really needed to get focused. There are times when I feel like a butterfly. And there are times when ADD gets into my body and I can't get out. And that's when you have that and you're doing this and then you say, no, I have to do this or I have to do that. That's when you're not grounded. That's when you're not focused. And it can happen to any of us.
It happens to all of us.
Yes, it does. And when I get like that, the best thing to do is just stop and evaluate what's going on with you right now. Because if you think, well, I got to do the dishes, no, I got to do the wash, no, I got to do, don't think about that. Stop and reevaluate what's going on and finish one project, whatever it is that you're doing. Because
take
that's
that
really
minute or two to
important.
ground,
Right.
and then it'll come to you what you need to do,
What you
where
need to do.
put
Right.
if you need help with that, Insight Timer is wonderful.
Insight Timer is fantastic.
Insight Timer?
Insight Timer, and I'll put it on
Is
meditation.
that an app? Yeah.
It's an app, and it's free, and I'll put it on meditation.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I'd like to just add one more note about meditation, if it's okay.
Go ahead.
I think people, there's no one right way that meditation has to be. There's not a special way you have to sit. It's not a special environment you have to create. I think that's all very intimidating to incorporate into our busy lives. So I think people just knowing that meditation can be what we need it to be. It's just stillness of your physical body, and that stillness of physical body starts to transfer to your mind, and let your mind be still, and just that is where you find the rejuvenation. So for people always ask me, how do you meditate? I can't meditate. My advice is always to just get still in the body, and then give yourself something for the mind to focus on, something simplistic within you, your breath. And to take it a step further, when you get master that, is to start to listen to your heartbeat. If you can really quiet, you'll start hearing.
Right, you will.
You know, and the minute you get distracted, the sound goes away. Bring that attention inward, and that is a meditation.
It's very helpful.
That's our
very
meditation.
helpful. One thing I want to say, I have another friend, Ed Peterson.
Yeah.
He has a company called Virginia. Well, he has a group called Virginia Harmonaires, and they are they're a gospel quartet of older gentlemen.
Okay.
And they're wonderful. I've heard them numerous times. They're going to be at the Fall Barbecue Festival on September 16th in Chesapeake at 1832 Elbow Road, but they don't know what time it's going to be. So we'll talk about that more later on. I will be away with my husband. It will be our 10th anniversary. And so we are going to the beach.
Nice.
We are going to the beach.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm excited about that. Really excited about that. So, but I just want to recap to make sure that everybody knows about balance and doing the exercise that we did earlier, and realizing how important it is to do things for you. Try to learn about, we're going to talk about more in the future on homeopathy and herbs and magnets and different ways that you can take care of yourself naturally without having to go to the doctor. 90% of the people who go to the doctor, it's stress related. And one of the things that we talked about tonight was reducing your stress. Not talking about stress that much, but reducing it, because it's really important to reduce your stress. Stress does funky things to our bodies. We can have heart attacks, we can have strokes, we can have high blood pressure, you can have elevated I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen to you. Digestive disorders.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.
That's a huge one.
That's a huge one. That's a huge one for me, because when I'm under stress, I get digestive disorders.
Well,
that's where
well,
mine
our
goes.
second brain is right
That's
here.
right. So remember, your brain and your colon, your digestive system, they are brother and sister.
Brain-gut connection.
That's right. So think about the brain-gut connection. You can Google it. I'm going to be putting another blog out. I got a blog on my website. Look at my website, www.healthylivingwithmarilyn.com. There's a blog out there. I got a brand new one out this past week. I was so proud of myself.
You go, girl.
So, yeah, because it takes a long time.
I haven't done. I need to get one out. I haven't done it yet.
So it takes a long time. You know, you're thinking blogging is easy. It takes a long time to write a blog.
It really does.
And the editing.
It takes a lot of thought. A lot of thought.
Yes. And reading it and making sure that it doesn't sound stupid and that people can understand it and comprehend it and relate. And that's the important thing. So writing is not as easy as everybody thinks it is. But if you stay focused enough, if you do enough puzzles, you'll be able to write quite a bit.
There you go.
Enough puzzles. I love
puzzle.
puzzles.
Maybe that's the
maybe that's the prerequisite to getting a blog. I got puzzles I can give you if you want a puzzle, Lisa. Or we could do a puzzle together, because they can be intricate. Puzzles can be intricate. They really can. But it's good to keep you focused. So try something new. Go get a puzzle or go get a coloring book. Try something new. Coloring books are in right now for adults. They're really great. I've got several of my own, and it helps keep you focused. And it's a good way to meditate when you're coloring. That's another good way to meditate.
Or to just extract from everything in life and just
go swing.
Do for you, you know.
Sit a swing. Go swing.
And please don't forget to remind them about grounding and nature.
Grounding and nature.
Taking that breath outside.
And how can they get in touch with you real fast, because we got the music
You can follow me on my Facebook page. It's Pure Yoga. You do need the dots, P.U.R.E, Pure Yoga and Wellness. And we are in Richmond, Virginia. Find me on Facebook, or you can go to www.pureyogarva.com.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Malika. I really appreciate both of you being here and your time and your energy. And remember, change your life today. So there we go. Change your life today, everybody.
And drink water.
And drink water. Stay hydrated. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.